When DaVinci Resolve is ever updated, there's always a flood of brand new features, and some of those features can be lost in the chaos of it all. That's why I thought I'd make this specific video covering the most hidden new features in DaVinci Resolve 20. I'll be covering off 10 features that I think are very small and very hidden that are only discovered later after either doing research or using DaVinci Resolve on a regular basis. My name's Dan, you're watching DanVinci, and this is the 10 hidden features added recently into DaVinci Resolve 20. Right then, number 1. And it's very, very small, this one. So I've got a clip here and I'm going to comp it, as you do, right? I'm going to create a new compound clip. Now, before in DaVinci Resolve 19, this is something that I didn't know until I just discovered it online. When you go into a compound clip, as you can see, the playhead has stayed exactly where it is in comparison to the playhead in the actual master timeline. So if I move the playhead to the right and open the comp, you'll see the playhead stays where it is. This is a brand new feature, believe it or not. Before, you would open the comp and the playhead would be over here, and you just have to guess where it was. It's very small and hidden, that's why it's a hidden feature. Right, on to number 2. Okay, so this feature or change is also in the edit page. On the old versions of DaVinci Resolve, if you zoomed in, it would just zoom in the center of the frame. But now, if you move your cursor over to the left and use the scroll wheel, it will zoom in to the cursor. This is brilliant because then you can actually, like, I want to zoom in over there, I can do that. As opposed to doing this where you zoom in, then have to move it, and then zoom in like that, and then have to move it. It was a nightmare, okay? Just a nightmare. On to number 3. So when you've got an animated object, you can actually change the values by double clicking on the keyframes. I didn't realize this was here till very recently, and well, let's take a look. So if you double click on the keyframes, you can actually edit the position like that. I think that's pretty cool. So another feature that they've added to DaVinci Resolve 20, this one they've added sort of quite silently. Now what you can do is resync your bins with images as well. Before it was only limited to video, and this initially really confused me because people use still images for, you know, logos and all sorts of things, and not being able to resync your bins with photo files just was a bit confusing. So I'm very glad that they actually added this. It's sort of better late than never. So another little feature that they've added into DaVinci Resolve 20 is wrapping your text. So we all know the text plus effect that you can drag in onto the edit page, and you'll type your lovely text and it will just disappear into this lovely grey void and never to be seen. Unless you obviously do something like this and resize it like that. But DaVinci Resolve 20 has a new change. If you go into the Inspector tab, click on the little sub tab called Layout and go down to Type where it says Point, click this drop down and click Text Box. This will create a text box. Obviously you can't see it at the minute unless you go into the, where is it? Fusion overlay. There you go, there's our text box. At the minute, the text isn't reacting to that text box, but now you can change that. So what you can do is go to Wrap to text box. I don't need to say any more words. It's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously you can change the size of this box and the text reacts accordingly. Why this has taken so long? Who knows? But I'm not angry. I'm very happy that they finally added this. I'm just happy. Now, speaking of wrapping, let's swap the A and the R around and do warping. I'll shut up and be a normal YouTuber for a second. So the node in question is the warp node, and they've added a new feature to this which I really, really like. And over in the inspector, you can see it's called points, just here. What you can basically do is draw a line and then customize this line to warp your footage. So if there's something about your footage that you don't necessarily think is quite right, you can actually warp it into place and customize the shape of it. So let's say I want to, I don't know, go over here and make this a bit more straight. I don't know why I want to do that, but we're going to do it for the sake of this tutorial. So we're going to just click a few dots around here, and you can see there's already some warping going on. Then what we're going to do is we can move these points, and actually let's make this whole thing, there we go, we've made some flat land. And obviously what you can do is keyframe these positions over in the inspector. So if you want to move this, you can. This might be my most favorite hidden feature in this video. Quick export custom templates. I didn't know I needed this, but I really did, and I'm so glad that they added it, so hats off to them. Basically, if you go into the Deliver tab, then go over to your custom export area. Obviously go ahead and set everything to your required settings, and then go into the top right corner of this custom exports panel. You'll see the 3 dots. And then what you can do is click Save New Preset. Now you'll go, damn, this was always there. What do you mean? It's exactly the same as last time. Well, not that kind of well. Click Save as New Preset, and you will have this little Save New Preset window, but at the bottom here, add to Quick Exports. Again, give them a round of applause. I'm so glad that they added this, man. Now this is a little hidden feature, something called Level Matcher, and this can be found in the Fairlight tab. So let's jump into the Fairlight tab and take a look at this. So as you can see here, I've got a music track split into 3 with just different volumes between them. Now what we can do is actually match the audio leveling of all of these with just a click of a button, or a few clicks. Doesn't take long. Right click on it, go down to Clip Operations, Level Matcher, Capture Level Profile. Then all you need to do is highlight all your clips that you want to apply this level matching to. Right click, Clip Operations, click Level Matcher, and apply Level Profile. It's just really cool. I mean, obviously you can copy and paste the attributes over. One audio is different to another audio. Audios vary, so this might actually be really helpful. Well done, Blackmagic, well done. Now the next little feature is multi-text. Now I admit this one isn't necessarily as hidden as the others, but if you haven't actually dived into the effects column in DaVinci Resolve 20, you may have not come across this. Multi-text is a fantastic way of applying lots of text onto your screen very quickly with a fair bit of customizability. So let's jump back into the edit page and take a look at this. So in the edit page in the effects tab, if you search multi-text, you'll get this. So just drag that over and you'll get a similar thing to Text Plus. Here, what you can do is select what type of version of text you want. So at the minute, I think by default, it's just the standard text. Yeah, it is. It's just the standard text. And this is similar to the Text Plus. You can just type DanVinci. Here, you've got the text box version. This text, like the wrapping feature I talked about earlier on, stays within the box. And obviously you can move this box around, just like the Text Plus feature I talked about earlier on. And also we've got a nice circle effect here. And obviously you can change and customize these to whatever you like if you want. And number 10, I admit it's not necessarily that hidden, but it kind of is if you're not looking for it. And it's the vertical viewer. I have already touched upon this. The vertical viewer is a brand new feature added to DaVinci Resolve, basically allowing you to use the space that you have on your screen much more efficiently if you're editing short form video in the vertical format. I actually touched upon this in a previous video right here. You can go watch it if you want to. Don't worry, I'm not going to force you, but what I will do is force you to subscribe. That has been my 10 hidden features in the new update of DaVinci Resolve. Please comment down below any new features that you found that are really, really small and really, really hidden. I'd love to hear them because, you know, if this video does well, I might make a part 2. And by the time this video goes live, I may have hit 20,000 subscribers. So if I have, a huge, huge thank you from me. I put in so much hard work on this channel. I know it doesn't really look like it, but whenever I come home from work, I just jump onto this PC and I start making this stuff. So I think it's worth it. I'm growing something really special and it's something I'm really, really proud of myself for doing. And I hope you've enjoyed this video because I will see you in the next one, hopefully. You will watch the next video. You will subscribe.